What's going on, everybody out there? It's your boy Mike Knoxxx, and this is Around the Bloxxx with Mike Knoxxx. And indeed, like the show Around the Bloxxx, and my name is Mike Knoxxx. I'm not a rhymer, but I am hardcore. You don't believe me? Just ask Daniel Bryan. That's why I'm hardcore, because hardcore is as hardcore as you can get, and I welcome you into the legend that is Daniel Bryan, people. Listen. This is not going to be your ordinary SmackDown review that I do when I do them on Tuesday evenings. Because, yes, I have a job Tuesday mornings. I know that someone will get their stuff out there late last night. And maybe I could have did one last night, but I just didn't feel like doing one last night. So I'm here this afternoon, not this morning. See, you almost got me. But yesterday, SmackDown started off with, well, if you didn't know, you're about to find out right now, because frankly, the world knows the return of Daniel Bryan. People, that's right, the world. I was in a deep coma yesterday. Like literally, I was so hard sleeping, nothing could wake me up. My phone was going off. It was texts and phone calls and inboxes and tweets and you name it. It was going on my device, my mobile device yesterday. Somehow, one champ, Keith Creed, phone call happens to get through. And I look at it, and I ignored it because I was sleeping. But above that, when you look at your phone, you have an iPhone, you see the notifications. And I got a notification that this man right here on my shirt, for those who are going to listen to the podcast later on can't see that, right here on my shirt, the return of the Yes Movement himself. I've heard today, which I thought was disrespectful, the People's Champion, Daniel Bryan, is back. And I didn't call him the People's Champion. That's what I've heard. Okay, we know who the People's Champion is. It's The Rock. Okay, but I could not have been happier for several reasons. Okay, not just because on Perfect Plex Talk Radio, not just because on Soul and Sports on Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM. Not just because on BDSR networks, I have been telling you guys for 2 years that Daniel Bryan would be back. I knew exactly last year when we knew that WrestleMania was going to be back in New Orleans. I said this was going to happen. I don't want to say I prophesied it. I didn't see it coming, okay? As I told my kids yesterday, my sons and my daughters, or my other daughter's away at college. But as I told my kids yesterday, I said, kids, what do Daddy call his show? And Christian, being the intelligent one that he is, he said, the show for the smart fan. I said, give me another word for smart. I said, I call it the show for the intelligent wrestling fan, because it just took a little bit of intelligence to look at what was going on to know what was going to happen. That's all we needed yesterday. We didn't need a bunch of anything else other than we should have known what was happening. We should have known that certain things was going on yesterday and was going to happen and was going to transpire. And when I say this, and when this gets out there, and this has been said on like Busted Open Radio and other platforms like that, it is no way in a disrespectful way when I say Daniel Bella at all. I don't ever mean in a disrespectful way to Daniel Bryan, because I'm a man, okay? I'm the man of my house. No one will ever call me Mrs. Amira Pyramid. First of all, she has my last name, okay? Which I think she kept her for business purposes, okay? So when I say Mr. Bella, it's no disrespect. Here it is. Let me lay it out for you guys, okay? Because I've said time and time again, okay? I'm going to gloat a little bit. I'm going to put myself over a little bit about this, because I bet my fucking eyebrows. I was so sure that he was going to be back at this year's WrestleMania, not next year's, this year's WrestleMania. I told you and everyone listens to the 14,000 listeners that come in through the podcast network, through Fox Sports, through BDSR networks, over the vast array of ways to check out the program, excuse me, that I would bet my eyebrows. It was so funny that people wanted to see me lose my eyebrows. My wife said to me, they won't grow back, babe. You're too old to bet your eyebrows. If you bet your eyebrows, they may not grow back. I said, babe, I got to do it. I said it on air. I got to do it. But guess what? The yes movement is here, and so are my eyebrows. Oh, they look so pretty. For those who can't see it on podcasts, those on Facebook Live can see them. On YouTube, you can see them. Look at those eyebrows. They so pretty. They so pretty, y'all. My eyebrows are saved. Okay, now let me rewind it back a little bit, because the reason why I was so sure, and what's going on, everybody checking out the program right now, my man Michael Berry Sr., Nick Wilcox, Brother Hugo, Brother Nipsey. Here's the whole scenario, okay? It's knowing the business, okay? Now, I wasn't too sure of exactly of him wrestling, more than the fact that I knew he wasn't going to Ring of Honor. More than I knew he wasn't going to New Japan Pro Wrestling. More than I knew, as much as we are all in, that he would never be all in. That's where I gave him the last name, the Bella, because I knew that wasn't going to happen. I knew that the Bella twins, okay, now put this where you want to put it at, but it's the truth. They are more valuable to the WWE than Lita and Trish Stratus. I said it. I didn't say to you, the wrestling fan. I didn't say to you, the wrestling fan. Okay? I said to the WWE. They have TV shows on top of TV shows on top of TV shows. Okay? They now have Barbie dolls on top of the WWE action figures. They have merchandise that repeatedly sells out and sells out and sells out. There is no way the WWE was going to allow one of their cash cow women and Brie Bella's husband to get up and walk out the door. It wasn't going to happen. Okay? So I used that bit of my intelligence to know that wasn't going to happen. Okay? Also, and yes, Mike, this shows are too popular for that. Okay? And also, it's hot. I didn't turn my fan on in my office, which hopefully my wife can hear me and come turn it on for me. Okay? Because as I'm saying this, I'm also going to call bullshit. Okay? But on purpose, I didn't turn it on. Like with Eddie Murphy's Raw, they wore the all leather on purpose so they could be sweating and feel the heat. I didn't turn the fan on at first because I said, I want this to burn. I want this to stick with you, how important Daniel Bryan comeback is. But now I'm hot as hell. So I hope my wife, who's listening, can come in here and turn on the ceiling fan for me. Now that I said that out loud, let's see if she's going to do it and oblige her brother. Excuse me. So, on top of that, as she comes into the office, guys, and turn the ceiling fan on for me. Can you please hit the button over there, please? I'm sweating more than I thought I would at this moment. Okay? This is why Daniel Bryan, why I knew he wasn't going anywhere. Okay? Because not only did you have the what's going on with the Bella twins being bigger than Trish and Lita or the Bella twins, okay? They won't let her husband walk away. Second, for all those who hate their storylines and hate how they do bad booking, which they do bad booking, look at Bray Wyatt, for an example. They hear the post. They are the reason for the reality era. They are more on social media than anybody. Hell, they're trying to get us to download tout. Okay? So if you think they don't have their ear to the post of what the people are saying, then people, you don't have any idea about anything. Okay? So they knew how popular Daniel Bryan was. Okay? So this does give you an argument. Who is the real people's champion? Is it The Rock who he gave himself that title and we agreed? Or is it someone the people really want more than the company wanted all along? Who's the real people's champion? I'm always going to say it's The Rock. But there's an argument's sake here, guys. It's fair to say, is it Daniel Bryan? Now, I'm not going to break it down for you, none of that other bullshit that people want to call it, give me the book, and all that other crap. No, I'm going to shoot it to you fair. I'm going to shoot you a fair one, okay? So I'm a man. I'm going to come to you with mine and what's going on. What happened yesterday on SmackDown, I don't care if you're a boy, a man, child, woman, girl. It's emotional. The fact that he said, have faith in your dreams. When you can't dream anymore, have your dreams dream for you. And thank you at home, thank you this. When the man got choked up and thanking his wife, I'm sorry, guys. Call me what you want to call me. I call myself Mike Knoxxx with 3 X's, but I say I'm the $1 million host. I'm sorry. You're the $1 million audience. Together we tagging at the $4 million connection. I got emotional. When that man choked up, I got emotional. Because any man who loves his wife the way that I love my wife and has been with my wife for 20 plus years, okay? When he spoke that, I understood it and I felt it, and the emotional connection was off the chain, guys. It was completely off the chain. I'm going to get to all your comments and everything when I'm done this review. And I'm going to be real quick so I can get to your comments and everything. Okay? But, so, as he said, let's get into business, which was the show. So then he comes in and he said, he looks at the sign. Everybody knows it's going to be at WrestleMania, okay? And for everybody who says, oh, this was I heard this, and I heard this. This is the WWE hot shot and something again. Really? They have known this storyline on SmackDown has been Shane and Daniel Bryan for over 7 to 8 months. 7 to 8 months. Now, I'm not Bully Ray, Bubba Ray. I'm not going to even come close to acting like I know more about the business than guys who are in the business, because that would be a lie. But what I do know I am not, I've never given you spoilers. I've never given you any inside information about what those who I am really close to in the company that writes for the company and that you guys follow on Twitter and hang on every single word as if that's a woman finna give you something, a sweet necklace of the valley love below. Okay, I don't do that stuff. I speak as a fan because that's all I am, is a fan, and I use my intelligent wrestling intellect. Oh shit, I just stole somebody else's joint because it's stupid, right? I just use what God gave me, my intelligence, to put 2 and 2 together. My oldest son is 10 years old. He hates The Miz. He has a right to hate The Miz because he's 10 years old. When you're 26, 27, 30, 40 years old and you're still hating a character on television because they play a character, you need to grow up. Not liking someone like I woo, you still suck to me, bro. That's different. I don't like the character of Zack Ryder. I don't hate the man. I hate CM Punk. I don't hate Phil Brooks. Shit. I wish I could walk out of my job and still get paid and go somewhere else for my merits. But CM Punk, the wrestler, you can kiss my ass. All right. So that didn't happen. This has been planned. Okay. This has been the storyline. He's been cleared, but we're just not finding out. They're just now allowing the doctors to go ahead and clear it. Hey, I'm okay with that. 2 weeks before Mania. So let's fast forward to the end of the show. That's all that matters. We don't care about what happened on SmackDown with the Usos. I mean, we do. But not today, we don't. Today, this ain't about how, Jay and Jimmy came out there and dropped another jewel of a promo on you. Not about that, because the Usos, they better get over at Mania. This ain't about Rusev having a really good match against Shinsuke Nakamura before he was interrupted by Rusev Day. Ain't in English? No, this ain't about that. This ain't about actually for the first time, and I can't remember how long, Charlotte Flair having a good match with Natalya. Not about that. This is not even about nothing. It's not about Jinder Mahal, Randy Orton, and Robert Roode. It's about the main event of SmackDown. What? No, it's not about AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. It's about Daniel Bryan finally getting Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to come out to the ring. They're congratulating him, and then he fires him. And upon him firing him, he proceeds to get his ass handed to him. And I'm going to say this much because I thought of it last night at the same time as they say great minds think alike. As I'm watching this last night, as Bubba Ray Dudley said on Busted Open Radio today, I did say to myself, is no one going to come help this guy? He's supposed to be the quote-unquote people's champ, not the real people champ. The Rock was on my wall right on the other side. Right there. Not that guy. Okay? But he must be so loved. No one came to help him. Not Ty Dillinger. Nobody. Not some jabronis from anybody. I agree with Bubba Ray Dudley on that one, how no one helped him. But hey, I'm still okay with no one helping him because I don't book it. I just watch it. And from what I watched, when he went on that ass whipping spree and whooped their ass at first by himself, Daniel Bryan, on Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, it was marvelous. And what I said, if you didn't go back and watch it, if you didn't pay attention, he was superly overhyped. I thought he was going to hurt himself again last night. Forget what they did to him. I thought he was going to hurt himself. He was so hyped to be able to physically compete in the ring. When he did that snapdragon suplex, I said, oh, Jesus Christ. Then when he did the kicks in the corner, I said, Daniel, please don't hurt yourself, brother. Daniel Bryan, please don't hurt yourself. Daniel Bryan, please don't hurt yourself. Then when he whooped his ass, oh, guys, one of two things in comment below. Let me know if Jeremy Johns would say, will this be a tag team match with Shane, Daniel, and them two, meaning Sami and Kevin Owens? Or would this be a fatal four-way match? Because let's be honest here. The match was set for Sami and Kevin Owens, right? That's how Shane booked it. That's what is technically booked in the storyline right now. We know that Daniel and Shane have been in odds for months. This is where the storyline I originally thought was going, okay? For months. So what do we have here? Let's answer some of these questions if I can, if you will. I almost gave the phone number out to the podcast. It's 347-627-359 for those who want to listen. And also, listen, guys, make sure you go to iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever your podcasts are sold, which are absolutely free. Please download VDSIR or just Google or search Mike Knoxxx, 3 X's, okay? Write a review. I don't care if you hate the show, you don't like it, listen anyway. Write a review. Share it. Send it out to everybody else, okay? Coming up on 2,000 episodes, and some of you guys can't even do 10 episodes without giving up, okay? Excuse me. So first up, we got Michael Berry Sr., because of their show's popularity, talking about the Bella twins. Jason Michael Campbell, what's going on with you, my brother? And Cena's brother-in-law, of course, reasons why the WWE would not let him go. I'm not sure about. See, I refuse to call him Cena's brother-in-law until Cena says I do. Listen. I know too many dudes, okay, and I chose to choose the word dude, so the word almost came out of my mouth, okay. Too many brothers, okay, that's been engaged and ain't never get married. So until John Horatio Rodriguez Cena says I do take Nikki Bella to be my lawfully wedded wife, that's not his brother-in-law. So that's a little tidbit right there. My nickname for him is Daniel Crying. I just can't stand the guy. Wow, Jason Michael Campbell. Why can't you stand Daniel Bryan? So you're totally against the word that I heard today. Because again, I didn't call him this. He's not for you, the people's champ. Okay. Minister Williams says, like you saying, there's good to be, like what you saying? Like you saying, there's got to be a story. Okay, well, listen. We all know the hashtag by now. Hashtag wrestling is storyline. I don't care if it's your Lucha Underground. I don't care if it's your New Japan Pro Wrestling. If there is no storyline with Ring of Honor, then none of it matters. None of it. Okay? It's The Rock says Michael's the people's champ. Rock got more than just a chant over. Okay, I'll give you that. The Raw emotion. Now, see, here's the thing. Here's where I would tend to disagree with that part, Michael, in saying the Raw emotion. And yeah, I think it was more than a catchphrase that got Daniel Bryan over. Okay, let me just say that for a second, okay? Because I was at WrestleMania 28, my first WrestleMania. Okay, the birth of the Yes chant. It had absolutely, positively nothing to do with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan did it, but the Yes chant was something that those who were at Mania, we did at the clubs down on South Beach. We did it wherever you were. If you were at WrestleMania that year, it was just something catchy that fans did. So we walked into WrestleMania saying yes, not because he was that popular of a guy. I'm not saying that I've been a Daniel Bryan fan since the American Dragon. He's one of the few. Okay, I can count on one hand how many indie guys I follow, and one of them is being Prince the Bit, okay, aka Finn Balor. Okay, there's that many guys I follow in the indies, and Daniel Bryan in the American Dragon was one of them because he wrestled in Delaware. Okay, where I spent a big portion of my life. So I do have to ask that question as well because I think Rock may have gotten over with. Rock was just who he was. He is the most electrifying man in all of sports and entertainment. But I think Daniel Bryan is that guy that a lot of people can't be, right? He's like the opposite of Roman Reigns, right? Like, to me, I think people hate Roman Reigns obviously because A, it's cool to hate. B, he was not Daniel Bryan when they wanted Daniel Bryan to be in that spot, and he got the spot instead. So from there, the boos have never, ever stopped. But also, I think guys are just, dudes know that dude gets laid. Dudes know that dude's a sharp-looking fella, and his tattoos is tight. So they hate on that. Daniel Bryan's the opposite. Daniel Bryan's that he represents the guy who can't get the girl, who, guess what? He got the girl. Daniel Bryan represents that guy that you made fun of, that you can't make fun of him now because he got that girl. Daniel Bryan represents the little guy who never got over, okay? And now he's getting over, and everybody can relate to that. He's more relatable, Daniel Bryan is, than The Rock is. Okay, The Rock is who he is. He's that Hollywood guy that we go, wow, like, we're amazed with The Rock. Daniel Bryan, we're more like, wow, he's me. That's what I believe is the connection with Daniel Bryan over The Rock. And it was from the heart. Again, Minister Williams with Daniel Bryan on SmackDown. Him tearing up. I'm sorry, if that didn't choke you up or at least tugged at your emotions, then you have none. You are a robot. Matter of fact, you are a zombie on The Walking Dead, and we might just stab you in the head right now because your life is over as we know it. You want to see a dead body? It's you without the emotions. If Daniel Bryan, even for you, Jason Campbell, if that didn't get you, whether you like the guy or not, come on. When the boy choked, Bree, come on, that was emotional. I'm just not a fan of small guys in the first place. There's a few that I like to do in the heavyweights mainly. Now, you know what? So let me ask you that one, Jason. So are you a big fan of, say, Jericho, of those guys? And you're entitled to that. I don't think I really cared either way, but maybe that's why I wasn't a big fan of Dean Malenko. Okay, for me, Dean Malenko didn't do it. A lot of people love Dean Malenko. My wife's a huge Rey Mysterio guy. I respect him. I'm not saying I don't like Rey, but I'm not a big Rey Mysterio guy. But I'm also not a big Undertaker guy either. So, again, that's to me the beauty of wrestling, when you can enjoy what you enjoy for you. And we all, and it's like going to the candy store. To me, it's pro wrestling. There's something there for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I prefer a Raisin Neck, okay, over a chocolate almond. Some of you guys are like, ew, I want a raisin. Give me a chocolate almond. I want the white chocolate. You know what I mean? As long as it's sweet, I'm good. Okay? I prefer the gummy. So that's you in wrestling. I respect that. What's going on, Chad Rivera? Love the rant, man. Get down. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Triple H is my all-time favorite wrestler. Hey, what that just popped up over there? It's my all-time favorite wrestler. I just happened to share a birthday with him as well, and also a huge fan of Stephanie McMahon. Hey, Jason. Triple H is in my top 4. He's one of my favorite all-time wrestlers as well. You can see he's on my wall. I have many of them as well. I'm a huge Triple H mark. I've been called the biggest Triple H mark there is. I think Triple H can't do no wrong. We could sit here all day, and if you want to, and talk about the Undertaker's interests at WrestleMania. No, Triple H has the greatest WrestleMania interests of all time. Better than John Cena's, better than the Undertaker's. It's Triple H. I'm with you, and I'm a huge $1 Billion Princess fan. They can do no wrong to me, but they will lose at WrestleMania to Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle. Ric Flair has always been my first favorite wrestler, but Triple H has passed him. See, Ric Flair's small, though. Ric Flair's a tiny guy. Eric, what's going on? They just they let that man get yeah, they let him get his ass whooped. And I'm not gonna lie, how could you sit there and watch him get his ass whooped so bad and not help? But he's supposed to be that guy, right? If he's the guy, then help him out. The Rock and Road Dogg are my favorites. Okay, I'm real cool with Road Dogg. Okay, we're hanging out with him at WrestleMania this year as well. Again, and I'm gonna plug them because I'm on their show pretty much every day. For those listening to Bus Open Radio, I'm Mike from Orlando. Although I'm not from Orlando, I just happen to live here now. But Barcadia, the Belt Kings will be in the house. If you got belts, well, I might make you an official member of the Belt Kings. You gotta have more than 3. Don't come get in the line saying you're a Belt King and all you got is 2 belts. And I can't even bring them all because my dumb ass, I said it, is flying on Spirit. And Spirit, it's just too damn much money. So as of now, I got 7 packed. Okay, I had to take a few out. But you can't come be in the Belt Kings line if all you got is 3 belts. That don't count. Okay? That means you're a belt Padawan, not a king. I'm a Jedi. We got Sith Lords, okay, a part of this Belt King thing. All right? I'm one of the originators, though. I go all the way back to 01, collecting my first title. My man Mo Eaton, he's a belt emperor. He's a belt Sith. He's a Sith Lord. Okay, he started off as a Padawan, trying to be like your boy Truly. I got to get your water, guy. I'm going to get out of here soon. I just got off my other gig, and I just couldn't wait to come home and talk to you guys about Daniel Bryan last night. Was a huge fan of Four Horsemen growing up. I hated the Four Horsemen growing up, Jason Campbell. I did. Real cool with friend of the program, Tully Blanchard, called in plenty of times. Again, go to YouTube, check out the shows, check out past interviews. He even introduced some Plexi Awards for me in the past. I was a huge Dusty guy. My cousin Carl Winters was a huge Four Horsemen guy, but I always hated the Four Horsemen. I've always liked it, the faces, up until Macho Man, because I've always thought that Hulk Hogan tried to knock off Miss Elizabeth. So when Savage turned, that's when I really became liking heels, and I became a big Nikita Koloff fan, things like that. Like the Miz, my kids hate the Miz. There's going to be a tag match, Victor Gardner. Yeah, okay, I see. Well, it's written there, right? You can see it could be a tag match, and I'm not wrong with that. I'm not. Either way, the crowd's going to lose their shit for this match. Tag, fatal 4 or not. But the question was posed today, right, which looks like the writing on the wall, and it's going to be a tag match. Can Daniel turn on Shane McMahon? And will the fans turn with him? Because, again, I've said this plenty of times, and you guys are, smart wrestling fans. I like to call them intelligent wrestling fans. I don't think the legend of the heels and faces exist anymore. Very far in between, are they? Right? Everybody's tweeners. Okay? I think Daniel Bryan is one of the ultimate baby faces. Like, I know Kevin Owens a true heel. I'm a big Baron Corbin guy. But he's a heel trying to be a heel. More than less, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're building him like a heel, but he doesn't come off like Kevin Owens comes off. You know what I mean? So that's very interesting as well. I'm not in favor of John Cena Undertaker match. To me, John, some more scene happening on the screen. I'm getting stuff coming up. So I'm trying to read it before they move up on the screen. John, it was just burying him. See, Jason. I need you to tune into the program more often. I do, Jason. I do. I need you to tune in more often, because you cannot say you're a Triple H fan, and I'm a Triple H fan, and then say, well, John Cena's going to bury him. If Undertaker comes back, it's because John's going to put him over the way that he should have been put over for you, me, you, the fan. Which, again, I'm not a fan of Undertaker, but I am a John Cena fan. And I don't believe in the myth of the Barry guy thing. Because and I know that it's there, but let me rephrase that. Not that I don't believe in it. I don't subscribe to it. Because if I was to subscribe to it, the Golden Shovel belongs to Triple H. All right? That's the rumor. So I don't subscribe to that. But I do know for a fact, again, I don't work for the company, nothing like that. I've been doing this for 9 years, close to 2,000 episodes. I will guarantee you, like my eyebrows, this is for The Undertaker and his fans if he comes back. Point blank simple. John will not bury Taker in no way. Victor Gardner chimes in. A rumor I heard Bobby Lashley is Braun's partner. My thoughts. Here's my thing with Bobby Lashley, a.k.a. the Black Brock Lesnar. I'm not too hateful on that, but then that makes me wonder what exactly is going on with Elias. Is Elias truly, really, really that banged up and hurt that he can't wrestle at WrestleMania? Because along with The Miz, along with Seth Rollins recently, and to me, certain people, to me, Elias is one of those big stablemates that kept Raw going. So I need to see Elias at WrestleMania. Hell, I brought a goddamn Elias shirt, and I'm very particular on who I buy shirts from. I'm a huge Finn Balor mark. But the second instead of calling him the Demon Finn Balor, I couldn't purchase none of his merchandise. So I'm kind of glad they've kind of gotten away from that. And that poses a question in my mind. Do we get the Demon Finn Balor at WrestleMania, or do we get Finn Balor at WrestleMania? So if Bobby Lashley comes, I'm not saying I'm going to be so in favor of that because it's still WrestleMania. I'm going to have my moment, but hold Bobby Lashley to Raw after Mania. There's no reason to have him at WrestleMania right now, in my opinion, on that one. The Hollywood Blondes, I always like Brian Pillman, big Brian Pillman fan myself, Legion of Doom. So, yeah, guys, for me, SmackDown, like I said, I went through it very fast as far as what exactly happened, what was important, what was not important, and clearly the only thing that was important was everything that happened with Daniel Bryan. SmackDown, hands down, from the opening show and him coming out, letting us know what was going on, him being cleared, him being emotionally touched by Bree sticking by him, because I'm sorry, any man, woman who has that significant other that sticks by them through everything, nothing beats that. Nothing beats that. I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit. When my family turned their backs on me, my wife was there. It's something that you can't replace. So for someone like Daniel Bryan, who again to me comes off as that kid we made fun of that could never get the girl, he became one of the biggest wrestlers in the world and he got the girl. So when it was taken from him, this is my opinion, when it was taken from him, it was something that was like really hurt his heart and broke his spirit. And if you watch Total Divas, which I do, every episode was about this man getting fixed for him. When he would show Daniel Bryan up, every episode, it was always about him trying to get help. And my wife, who has had health scares, and I remember the episode of Total Divas, he didn't go to regular doctors. This is where you gotta step away from conventional science. Now, I'm a guy who I believe in God. I believe in faith. I believe in there's a higher power. So I believe that God puts doctors in place. But every doctor is not sent by God because he's the ultimate physician. And so when you go above conventional science to go seek holistic methods of healing yourself, like a Dr. Sadie and guys of that ilk, then nobody can stop you. So kudos to Daniel Bryan for not letting regular scientists, doctors, who they believe in the method that says for every time there's something wrong, here, take this pill. Oh, you got a cold? Take this pill. Oh, you can't get hard? Take this pill. Oh, you can't get wet? Take this pill. Oh, you can't poop? Take this pill. No. I respect him that he would refuse to not give up on his dream and his wife for sticking by him for not getting up his dream. And kudos to WWE for being smart enough to let this thing play out. And now this gives hope. Shout out to my man Dice Man for someone like Paige. I don't think it's possible, but I think a concussion is different than a spinal injury. Spinal kept out Stone Cold. Spinal kept out Edge. Spinals was keeping out Paige as of now. But kudos to Daniel Bryan, y'all, for not letting regular doctors tell him otherwise. SmackDown from the start of the show to the end of the show, a 5 out of 5. Brock Lesnar was my favorite belt. It was my first belt, my undisputed WWE WWF championship. 5 out of 5 championships. Comment below, like Jeremy Johnson say. Let me know what you think about SmackDown, guys. I got my shirt on. I wore it to work. Yes! 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 I'm out of here, y'all. WrestleMania Part 2 coming to you soon, New Orleans. And I'll be there drinking bourbon on Bourbon Street.